But I like her. I think she's a nice person, actually. But I think she made a mistake.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni was considered one of US President Donald Trump's closest allies in Europe. Some even dubbed her the Trump whisperer. But now the leaders don't talk. Meloni's been the subject of Trump's tantrums and social media memes. And at last week's NATO summit in Turkey, they basically avoided each other.
I said I wouldn't return to this issue and I won't return to it. As for the political investment, I don't regret anything I've done.
So how did such a warm relationship turn so frosty? Well, to understand how bad things have become, it's useful to start by looking at how good things were. As head of the far-right Brothers of Italy party, Meloni was considered a natural transatlantic ally by the American president because of their shared conservative values. After Meloni's decisive election victory in late 2022, Trump sent his warm congratulations, and she was the only EU leader invited to his second inauguration ceremony in January 2025. Trump also invited her to his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, around the time countries were trying to avoid new US tariffs.
Well, I like her very much. Let's see what happens.
But things turned sour in March this year, in the early days of the US-Israeli war on Iran. While Meloni didn't openly condemn the strikes like some other European leaders did, she didn't support them either. But when Italy denied US aircraft permission to land on its military base in Sicily, Trump knew where she stood. Then the real turning point came when Pope Leo condemned the war, and Trump lashed out at the pontiff online, calling him weak on crime and terrible on foreign policy.
I'm not a fan of Pope Leo.
I think those statements, particularly regarding the pontiff, were unacceptable. I expressed and continue to express my solidarity with Pope Leo.
And then, after the G7 summit in France last month, things went from bad to worse. Trump accused Meloni of begging to have her photo taken with him to boost her popularity. She fired back.
Well, some things deserve an immediate response. Donald Trump's statements are completely made up. I am frankly astonished. I don't know why the President of the United States behaves like this towards his allies.
By standing up against Trump very publicly, by, pushing back against all his criticism, Meloni was trying to send a signal to the Italian general public that it is her duty as Italian Prime Minister to cultivate the relationship with the United States, but she's also capable of standing up to Trump when he crosses a line.
From here, it basically became a social media beef, with the two exchanging barbs online. Trump wrote some long social media posts criticising Meloni for not supporting the war in Iran, before posting this photo from the G7 summit with the caption, "Restraining order needed," just days before the pair was due at the NATO summit in Turkey.
She refused to get involved with the Hormuz Strait, or you could also say just Iran. She refused to get involved. So it soured my relationship with her.
Things are turning out as we have seen, but I am not changing my mind about what is in Italy's interests.
Far from this being a diplomatic disaster, this rift could actually help Meloni at home. Italians will vote in a general election next year, and recent opinion polls show a majority no longer find the US to be a reliable ally.
Meloni found herself in a situation in which her proximity to Trump had become an electoral deficit, an electoral liability.
The transatlantic relationship between the US and Europe is currently weathering its most difficult period in decades due to friction over tariffs, Ukraine, Greenland, the Middle East, and defence spending. The loss of the Trump-Meloni relationship means Europe's also lost one of its more effective liaisons with the Trump administration. But Meloni's view is Italy first, especially with an election around the corner.